Is it recording? Picking it up now? Focus right. Okay, there it is. Play a quick tone. Still working. There it is. All right. Welcome everyone. I am Addagro and I'm doing this uh crazy one-off stream because I'm stuck at home and I have not much to do. Um kind of work from home as well, so I mean it kind of doesn't make much of a difference. But let's see. Today we'll be making a hip hop beat. Don't know exactly what I have in mind. Someone, one of my patriots, sent me a message saying that he wants to a beat, like someone. I don't know if I have permission to say their names and stuff like that, so I won't. But they're kind of more into underground, kind of gritty, kind of beats. So let's start by making some drone sound. Yeah, because I feel like that's a lot in his. Changed my audio driver now. Alrighty. This, all this. All right, that's. All right, so let's add this droning sound. Probably make it a harsh. That. Up a bit. Let's lower it an octave. Um. I want to modulate that with an LFO, so what we'll go ahead and do that is get this LFO1 to modulate shape of. Not by a lot. that's kind of our drone for right now. Drive it up a little. I want to add a little bit of a pluck to it. And just to give you a bit of background, I am using Reason 11 to make all of this. Have like the get the name of it, but essentially the highest version of it, essentially having a bit of the extra instruments and stuff and effects. And I'm using a lot of the stock stuff. So like the Europa, which is a soft synthesizer, this comes with Reason. It comes with Reason 9, 10, and 11. So if you have any of those versions, you can do pretty much anything you hear. This is also very similar to wavetable synthesis, which is what you can use, what you normally use with similar to Serum or Massive. So if you have any experience with those, you can transfer it to here. Or if you take some of my stuff in from here that I'm using, translate it into Serum or Massive, and you should be able to create similar sounds. A lot of some of the effects are baked into this. I know Serum has effects built into it. I believe Massive does well. I've used Serum before. I actually do have a license for it. I just don't use it as often, or not when I'm streaming, anyways. So I know, I know that that has a lot of effects and a lot of this stuff too. Just that the way that you go about making the the sounds is slightly a little different. But the general stuff stays the same. So you have your ADSR, you have your envelopes, you have your modulation where you can route to whichever parameter you want to hear, and if you have a couple extra parameters down here that you can map them to. For the most part, whenever I start like a beat or any project, I'll go in here and then just start making stuff like that for my baseline. Usually simple changes and edits. I have a couple presets I already have saved, but sometimes I just kind of like starting new just because it's just a good exercise and like learning how to make new sounds, and also because I'm still learning a lot of this stuff. So you'll see me just messing around with stuff. So I want to get this drone out, but at the same time, so I want to be able to get put in a beat. Say I want to lower the volume of. All right, and I'm gonna add some reverb to that. Adding a little bit of release onto the. Now I want to layer this too, but for right now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna write this into MIDI. So one, I believe. That should be the basic. I'm gonna add a little bit more to it. Get a bit more ground to it. All right, so next step, I'm gonna do some side chain. This with the kick drum. All right, what I'm gonna do now is add an art to this. I think I'm gonna go with minor scale. Open, did cool art. All right, that one. Um, make it more of a pluck instead. I'm gonna have it filtered. Then I want it to um sorry, there's a mosquito in here. I feel like this needs a pad now. Something to hold it together. I mean, we have like the droning in the background, but that's kind of like the baseline. If you take that off, then that's pretty empty. Kind of want to emphasize that. I'm gonna try the scenic hybrid instrument a little bit more. I used this briefly on my last project and I really liked it, so I want to use it again. Factory. Scenic hybrid. Let's go to textures. Foreboding? See what we got here. Well, that's kind of lower that in a kind of. Spiders less. Ooh. Ooh, I like this a lot. I like this a lot. You know what? That's gonna be it. Gonna be it. So we're gonna have it higher in the register. Let's see. All right, so let's. I wanna arrange it the way. I also want to make sure that the notes are correct because sometimes doing this export will add and moves notes around. So I'd rather. annoying. So annoying. So what it's doing is just moving the nodes where I don't want. And it seems to be just an issue with Reason ever since they did their update a couple versions back. It's been broken ever. And there's been a couple ways that I've been able to work around it, but just kind of go. There you go. But it only has an bit. There's only an issue with what is called the dual ARP. Uh, Everything else that I export to track is pretty okay. It's just that part that's just not agreeing with. It just gets all screwy. Um, Sorry about the lag every in between. When I do an export, it bangs my CPU or my screen capture goes haywire. All right, so I'm gonna move this to its own track. Like it that easier for me to just separate them and then add and remove uh items as I see fit. Sometimes it sometimes I want to do that without having to redo a whole new pattern. This way kind of serves its purpose. I know in Ableton most people tend to use wave files. I can do that here too. I just don't like doing that just because I find it more cumbersome. For me, it's better for me just to load the sample into a drum machine. In this case, um, all right. Problems kind of late in the day. Well, look at it. For me, these are my hours. Um, and that one louder in the mix. So all right, so I want to actually change this over because I actually want to start making. I really like the way this sounded, and I want to keep so because this works as a really good build-up, like this little scenic thing. Yeah, that's driving me nuts. All right, let me just edit some automation. I want to. I don't want to ramp up. Curve up. uh all right. Okay. This is my sheet. Copy it. Right now I don't want to. I kind of want to have it become. So what I'm gonna do, add this. I'm gonna have actually the intro is gonna be even longer. I typically do mine to be eight bars, but I kind of like the way that it builds up more. So I'm gonna do reverb and stuff to that. All right, play it again. I'd do 12 instead. Yeah, I'm gonna do 12 instead. So not that it really matters because it's gotta remember my starting point now is this is my verse. Ooh, I'm really liking the way. So what I'm gonna do here, because I want to have a differentiating factor too. I kind of want to add this one, but I don't want to add like the full on melody yet. So what I'll probably end up doing, take off a couple of notes. I'm just gonna have it follow this pattern, so it's not as active as the other one. Hopefully. Um, and get rid of the top end. I'm gonna have that filtered more. We add a couple of snare rolls because I like snare rolls. Ah. All right, let me add a filter to this. What I'm gonna do is that I'm actually have it be modulated by the mod wheel here. So I'm gonna have okay, so I have it set now. So I'm gonna modulate this. Automate this instead of messing around with it. So I'm gonna have it set to maybe around half, and then it's just gonna open up as soon as it hits the. So essentially, what I'm doing is that I'm having the mod wheel modulate the frequency of the filter, essentially closing, but I'm having it set to when the mod wheel is active, that it's closing the filter. So the higher you move the mod wheel, the lower the filter will be. So you kind of get like that underwater subdued kind of sound. That's what this is. So right now it's just uh, so okay. So it's doing what I'm. This is supposed to. We'll see in a second. All right, so we kind of get the gist of it. So what I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna add now a tambourine because I really like tambourine, and I like the way that they just kind of work with hip hop, or maybe some shells. I wonder. They had like a Rex. They had a loop called Carol. Used it before. Uh, I know it's what's a Rex. Mm, sorry. Fun, but no. Hmm. I'm gonna use that for a different on. I just can't find the one that I'm looking for. It's gonna drive me nuts. Okay, whatever. We're just gonna put on what I was gonna put on initially, because by the time I find it, it's not gonna be. Also, because I like keeping it in 8. It's just easier to organize that way. All right, so let's just hear it real quick, and then I might change it here on the beginning or the end of the second verse. I think I got it. So what I'm gonna do? I wanted to be higher in registry though. Fill in the gaps. I'll lower these though. Onto uh, I think that's be it actually. I'm just gonna add tag here. God, you know. Uh,
Sup?
do is lower it in the mix.
Sup? 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 Sup?
Not a reverb. Not an echo. That's it. Did crush it. Okay, louder. All right, that's it. I did do a lot of EQing on the back end. You probably didn't see. Um, so if you go into here, I just kind of went into. So I just did a lot of low pass filtering. Just low pass a couple things. You can't see the graphical interface for whatever reason. But yeah, I just went in there and then just changed the levels of some of the lows, cut out some of the things. Um, I passed a couple things. So essentially what I did is just kind of split up the low end from the mid end, from the mid range to the high end. So that way there's a clear distinction between them and they don't overlap and muddy themselves. So it's just a way to just have a cleaner mix. And also I went ahead and just for the bass line, essentially for what I'm having as the bass, it's filtered from 60 hertz on. So it anything from hit 60 hertz and up, use what you can hear. But then the bass, the kick drum is 60 hertz and lower. So pretty much anything under than that. So just to give each instrument its own thing, especially in the low end, is kind of when you want to focus a lot of your mixing and your EQing. Sorry. Ooh, on the wrong pipe. Um, so that way you can have a cleaner mix at the end. Um, to recap, essentially what I've done, or to just go over a little bit of what the instruments that I've done. As always, I just have a Kong drum running a preset that I really like to use. Every once in a while, I'll change this up depending on what the mood or what the client might need. Typically, I just leave it like this just because it's just easier for me to pump out the track. So I don't have to think about too much about the sounds. And these sounds are kind of the ones that I kind of like to begin with. And if I want to change them, I mean, I'll add effects to them. I'll do a bit of frequency stuff. And then if I want to add more to it, I'll add instruments on top of it, so it doesn't, just to give it a bit more. Um, as always, I always add a tambourine because I just love tambourines. Just adds some glue to it all. I just kind of really like it. I have this bass that I've kind of created at the beginning. Very basic stuff. It's just kind of more of a drone, kind of a grittier kind of bass line. Not really anything special going on with it. I just do have a few bits of automation, but mostly just in terms of the modulation from the envelope, modulating the frequency of the filter frequency. Same way with the frequency of this other engine. Then I have to, also LFO modulating uh, the first wave, the first oscillator between a square wave and a sine wave. I mean, a square wave and the sawtooth wave. Jeez, it's late. Sorry, I'm just tired. Add a unison to all of it, and then just kind of what gives it a bit more width, and it just kind of fills up a lot of the low end. Added a plucky synth lead to it. That I also filtered through some of the verses. So you'll see here I have it filtered in a bit of a places just so we can differentiate it from the hook, which has more notes and it's a bit more open with the filter open entirely, just so you can hear a bit more of what's going on. Um, well, not completely open because it is a pluck. Also have this preset of the scenic hybrid instrument is essentially just an instrument that creates textures and just kind of more ambient type stuff. I have it set, like I said, it's just a preset. This comes with Reason all by its own. So if you get Reason Studio, whatever the latest biggest package is, this will come included in it, and that has the preset that I just used. Um, and then I added another synth lead, which I'm using as from Antidote, which is just a basic sawtooth wave that just has delay and panning, and just some unison, and that's really it. So it's not. I mean, I can recreate the same sound with Europa, but it's a preset that I already like using, so I'm just using preset. And also I always say, don't be afraid of using presets. That's what they're there for. Just if there's a sound that you already like, then instead of having to waste all that time to recreate it, just use the preset. But also if you want to make your own or experiment with something new, you're welcome to it. That's what this is all about. Um, all in all, I also have a couple of send effects. So I have a reverb, I have a delay, I have which does panning, so it does like a ping pong panning, and then also have a regular standard delay. Another another these I don't actually didn't use. I did use the bit crusher a bit, so you'll hear like the little kind of like the staticky kind of ambient sound that's in the background, just kind of more of a texture that I added to it, really. And then I just added my tag, which is just my nephew talking because I thought it was funny. Um, I also did a little bit of added a bit saturation and a little, and then I did maximize the last bit of the signal before going out to speakers. So that's probably what you heard, and that's what gives it a bit more loud sound and it's just a bit more squashed. Just to give it a bit more normalized volume, so when I want to put it out, so that way you can actually listen to each individual instrument as well as um, nothing is just too overpowering. It's just kind of a way to, kind of like a cheaty way to mix everything in between. And I just noticed that I have not been showing any of that. That's my bad. My bad. Goodness. But yeah, so here again, uh, the bass synth, the lead synth, or the plex synth, the texture in the background, the antidote, lead synth, that just comes in through the hook and a little bit of the second verse. Um, the pattern that I have for it, which I transferred it over to MIDI. The send effects, which again reverb, chorus, which I didn't use, the delay that I used for one instrument, another delay. This has the ping pong. This is just a standard delay. These I didn't use. This is my bit crusher that I used. Like I said, it's just adding a bit of a static at the high end. It's really not that much. Saturation and my maximizer all going out to my master out. So again, not a whole lot going on in terms of instrumentation, effects, and anything. Mostly it's just clever manipulation of like some automation. Um, if you see here, I just added a bit volume automations. Really not even crazy stuff. This one's the only mod wheel modulation that I did. Again, this is also volume modulation or automation. Volume automation. Like all I really did was just edit the volume coming in just to have a better mix. Like and I typically like to mix in mono a lot of the times. I didn't really use that in this term go around just because I kind of already know where my instruments sit at this point. But here on my mixer, I have this mono button that I can just turn on, and it sends everything to mono. And again, I already kind of have it. I kind of know where most of my instruments sit at this point. I use it just do my final. Right now, like I said, this is just kind of for just a proof of concept. But yeah, if you're interested in making music, go ahead and don't hesitate to do it. Always, keep going and then never give up. If you want to know more about me, all the links to my social media are on the main page. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's all in the description. I have Facebook, SoundCloud, all the major stuff. I'm mostly active on my Instagram, so in case you want to check me out, I'm always there. YouTube, obviously, I'm always uploading this stuff. So this will go to YouTube in case you want to rewatch it again. And if you don't like the Twitch player, whatever, it's all good. I do live streams. I haven't live streamed in a while, but I'll try to do it a bit more often, especially now that since we're all kind of in the COVID-19 uh, staying indoors. So yeah, just make sure you stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. And stay away from people. Just stay away from people. It's the best thing you can do. A lot of people have a misconception right now that if we wait it out, if we stay indoors, that we will come back, we'll be able to be out in a couple, like the next couple weeks. That's not true. Um, the way that we're currently doing, or the reason why we're staying indoors, is to not impact the healthcare system. So we actually might still be forced to stay indoors for the next foreseeable months, not the next couple weeks. So, and it's, as one of the lead doctors, I forget his name, Fagio, I think is his name. The virus is the one that dictates the timeline for all of this. So don't, make plans to stay indoors for the next foreseeable future. Binge watch Netflix. I'm pretty sure you guys all seen like the latest shows at this point now, just because everybody's indoors. Catch up on a series that you haven't watched in a while. That's what I'm currently doing. If you're into anime, there's always that. There's a ton of that. YouTube videos, there's tons of videos on YouTube. Always support your favorite artists and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, so stay safe out there. Be positive to each other. Please do not, you know, do something crazy or look down upon to people. I know there's been a lot of crazy stuff going out there, but try to stay calm and keep your head up and everything. And again, if you want to proceed with making music, right now is like the perfect time to do it because now we're all indoors. There's really no excuse to say that you don't have time. So, and I'm gonna try to do my best to try to stay on this as well. So once again, my name's been Addagro. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, or at least enjoyed the music that I was making. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I mostly make hip hop and stuff, beats and stuff. I do on occasion go into more ambient, more techno driven stuff, but I typically don't stream a lot of that just because I'm still kind of learning some of that. Again, I'm still, this whole thing is still kind of not necessarily new to me, but I'm still learning. There's still lots that I need to learn, and I just kind of have like the basics at this point. But that's not stopping me from doing what I like to do because this helps me, especially with my anxiety and everything. So, you know, if actually, especially if you have anxiety or any sort of mental distress, music, art, creative arts really help you in like putting your mind at ease. So, if some people might be the gym, some people, well, you go to the gym, but like working out or doing anything like like physically strenuous, you know, spend more time with your family. Talk to them, see what's going on. I don't know. Like I said again, I'm just rambling because it's kind of late and I don't really know what else to say. But like I said, stay safe, wash your hands, stay away from people, and be excellent to each other. So hope you have a good one. Peace.